Hey, everybody. How you doing? We're back. We're back because Spirit said someone needed a message. This is going to be a personal reading for someone. I just don't know who. So we're just going to put the message out there. We are going to use some AstroDice to help ID what the energies might be. I've also got Pineapple Charming. I've got my Harrow cards. I've got my energy alignment deck. I've got several tarot cards. I've got that Spencer's one that we were using for the November reads. I've got the manga, traditional manga tarot, as well as Tarot of the Abyss. So we're going to see what kind of characters come out in this read. And for whoever it is, Spirit's here for you. Spirit's here for you. So we're going to get it. We're just going to get right into it. So the AstroDice, and I will have timestamps for all of this stuff so you guys can hop, skip, and jump around in the replay if you want. We're going to do AstroDice first. All right. Spirit, please. What placements may be significant to the viewer, the person they are watching for, or even the planetary placements right now that may be aspecting on their chart? We've got Virgo. We've also got 8th house. Where'd it go? There we are. 8th house. That's Scorpio's house. And we've got Saturn. So you may be a Saturn Virgo placement or be dealing with someone who is. You might share that placement. Saturn could be in your 8th house regardless of sign. You could have Saturn in Scorpio as well. Virgo could rule your 8th house, which would make you an Aqua rising. You could also have Scorpio in your big 3 or Capricorn, because Capricorn is Saturn's ruler. Also, originally Aquarius's ruler. So we've got Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius big in the placements. Okay, so if you have significant placements in there, this could be for you. Definitely check your 8th house and see if it is ruled by one of those 4 signs, right? Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio. Could be specific if you're rising in any of those signs. Again, we also had Aqua rising if you were a Virgo 8th houser. If you're a Scorpio 8th houser, then you're Aries rising. And if you are a Capricorn 8th houser, then you are a Gemini rising. Whole sign, that is. If it's Placidus, well, you figure out what resonates for you. All right, those are the AstroDice. We are also going to pull Pineapple Charms. For those of you not familiar with Pineapple Charming, he is my soft and fluffy discernment pineapple. He has thousands of charms in here, and it is, sometimes they have a message in and of themselves. Sometimes if one or more of the charms resonates with you, then you know there is something in this message for you. Okay, this is definitely a personal reading Spirit guided me to give. So we're just going to see who it's for. They'll find it in divine time when they're meant to catch it. Ooh, Spirit's telling me to go more. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Also, for those of you new to the channel, I have no filter, okay? I talk about adult things and use adult language. I have no filter. I'm a Sagittarius, all right? And secondly, because the channel is small, that is why there is a 2-minute timer for the live chat. It keeps the trolls and the trash out, okay? So let's see. We've got boba as a synchronicity. We've also got our dualistic mood cloud. It's a rainbow. One cloud is quite upset and the other one is raining but smiling. A part of you could be sad, but also glad that you kind of get to rain some revelation maybe on somebody. We've also got our 4-leaf clover charm. 4-leaf clovers may be synchronistic for you. Okay. You might be Irish. We've also got our gold chained pink heart. Gold is masculine energy and pink is a soulmate color, not necessarily romantic, but it's definitely a soulmate card where there is love there. You may be masculine dominant in your energy, regardless of gender. Masculine dominant is the individual who chooses and creates with their actions the positive and stable experience. Okay. That is masculine dominant. We also have our beer charm. Someone may be drinking a lot of it lately. We've also got a hummingbird synchronicities. We have the shattered heart all put back together. So you may have gone through some serious heart healing. We have a feather as well. So you may be getting a lot of feather synchronicities, especially if you have people who have passed away. Maybe it's a significant date for them. We are in Scorpio season, present day, after all. We got all three. We've got the needle and thread and the sewing machine. All right. So they may be synchronistic for you as well. There may also be like a red thread connection. Something about spiders. Well, that makes sense. We've also got a spider charm out here. But you may have had someone in your history who made clothing or different things, right? Seamstress. And we do have that spider. Spider synchronicities came out big in the November reads. We also have palm tree. You may live in a place where palm trees are natural to the environment. You may also live in a place where the palm tree is the symbol, like South Carolina. We have a green leaf. It is fall here in the northern atmosphere. You may be in the southern atmosphere. It may be springtime, or spring could be significant for you. Maybe born in the spring. We also have a Dachshund, one of those little wiener dogs. So you may have fur babies or just small dogs, right? Small dogs. We also have an elephant. Elephants never forget, do they? I always think about that when elephant charms come up. We also have a saw. So might be cutting down trees or cleaning up brush or something in your yard, or need to. We've got cherries as well. Cherry synchronicities. We've got hot sauce. Maybe there's a memory you have with someone concerning it. Maybe it's their thing. Maybe they put hot sauce on everything. Maybe you remember them having a special favorite hot sauce. We've also got 2 tarot cards out. We've got the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. So Jupiter energy could be Pisces or Sag, but Jupiter, you may have Jupiter in one of those AstroDice signs, right? We did Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Gemini was also significant. And so was Aries. So you could have Jupiter in one of those signs. And then the star card is doubling down on that Aquarian energy. Pluto's going in there, man. Real time, Pluto is going in there. It's heading back in there. It's going to stay there. For our micro playing cards, I've got the Queen of Hearts with the King of Clubs and the Seven of Spades. Tarot equivalents are the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Hey, Story. Oh, popcorn's perfect for this. Readings like this, it gets juicy. It gets juicy. So Queen of Cups and King of Wands aren't necessarily the best match, although they always have some kind of attraction there, but you have a very independent, willful, non-committal visionary of a King of Wands and a very connected, emotional, intuitive, empathic Queen of Cups. And one is very partnership oriented and one is very self-oriented. There is deception around it with the Seven of Spades. Okay. Let's see. And that's regardless of gender. Okay. They're archetypal energies. Other significant signs that came out and or are being doubled down on. We've got Capricorn's bead. We've got Pisces. We've got Scorpio. And we've got Aquarius. They all came back out in the beads. All right. I know the camera does not want to focus on my hand like that, but it is what it is. And then we've got some letters. So for you guys who are not familiar with the letters, blue is for boys, pink is for girls. It doesn't matter to me what you resonate as long as it makes sense to you. We also have white and black for yang. Yang is white and yin is black. It is energy dominance, regardless of gender. Okay. Don't get stuck on the colors of the beads. It's for those who are super stubborn about accepting messages being for them. Sometimes Spirit just calls them straight out. Okay. So we have in blue, we've got D, B, and Q. Pink, we have N. White, we have P and Q. And in black, we have J, C, B, K, and V. No vowels. Interesting. Interesting. These could also be abbreviations to where y'all live. Like we've got KC, could be Kentucky. NW, I know North Virginia is not a state, but you could live in the northern part of those states. We also got JB, could be initials, PJ. You could be eating a peanut butter and jelly for real. I've got NV for Nevada. Okay. I'm getting Victoria. I'm just being pulled to that name in particular. Dave. Patrick. Jack. Nick. Whether it's Nicole or Nicholas, but Nick. And you may have seriously heard Bon Jovi on the radio. Okay, Bon Jovi could be a synchronicity. I don't make the things. Spirit just gives them to me. All right, even if I didn't call it out, doesn't mean it doesn't resonate. It just means someone needed me to say what I needed to. Okay, so take them as it resonates. Vince may also be synchronistic. Vince. I don't dare utter political names, but for those of you who picked up on that, you could have a strong opinion about it. I don't express political opinions here on the channel. Okay. Let's see. Yep, we're going to leave it right there. If anything else pops out to me, then I will let you know. PD could be police department as well. All right. Let's see. let's get the players out here. Let me get a timestamp for the overall. We're going to start tarot. Okay. See who we're talking about. Spirit, please. Got my hand-drawn deck as well. I literally drew all over blank cards. The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Interesting. Interesting. Oscar Wilde. All right. Spirit, who needs the message? And about whom? Who needs the message? And about whom do they need this highest good insight on? Tangled Briar is out first. With the Queen Mother and the Liar. Spirit ain't pulling any fucking punches. Who else? The Unicorn and the Idiot. All right. The Brass Dwarf is on the bottom. That is a positive sign. We also have the Survivor, so this too shall pass. All right. But you are definitely in the thick of it. Okay. Definitely in the thick of it. The Tangled Briar. The Tangled Briar is a situation. It's a lawful evil situation, which means it is contracted shadow. It is a shadow contract. Okay. The Tangled Briar is a card of ancient deeds. It indicates an object or person from long ago that will somehow have great influence on the situation. The object or person in question is one lost in some foul way. Okay. You're dealing with a past life person who feels like you owe them. We all know how many of those come through. You are in a sticky situation with them, right? Very touchy situation. I'm getting the imagery of cracking ice. So thin ice, right? With whoever this is, whatever happened in a past life, someone got done wrong and came back to balance the scales and essentially do someone else wrong back in this life. All right, the situation is tangled. The two people at play, we have the Queen Mother and the Liar with the Unicorn and the Idiot. So we have a very generous person, right? The Unicorn is a one-of-a-kind, unconditionally loving, magical type person who has a special kind of healing magic with them. But they're also a fucking idiot. Okay, because this person's energy just shot straight out to be seen, and I think this person might not be seeing it. They might be seeing all of their potential, and the ignorance, right? The fact that the idiot is kind of staring away from the Liar and the Queen Mother. The idiocy may be that they're refusing to see it, and they're continuing to give and continuing to be generous and continuing to be empathic or loving or considerate of this person, you know, bending over backwards kind of person, give you the shirt off my back person, give you my last dollar kind of person. Okay. You have one person who is foolish in the love they are giving someone because they are literally a control freak. And they are dishonest. The Queen Mother is a control freak. The Queen Mother does not, the archetypal energy of it, right? The Queen Mother does not allow other people who are superior to her to be inside of her space, to be inside of her circle, to be inside of her life. She only keeps those around her who are willing to serve her, bow to her, honor her, worship her in some way. if you are superior or more intelligent or more powerful than the Queen Mother, she will do anything to get you under her level. She's also fucking smart. She's also smart. She is the Queen Mother because she does this really well. The Liar, we have someone who is manipulative, someone who gaslights, someone who will make you think that you're crazy, someone who will just lie outright, someone who keeps secrets and or omits or has hidden agendas. I'm also getting a lot of sexual energy off those two cards. Okay. Because the cleavage is real. Regardless of gender, the cleavage is fucking real. So there's definitely some kind of sexual energy there. It may be used as a veil to hide what is really going on. You know, like as long as someone is getting sex, they think everything is fine, and it's not fine. It is not fine. What are the energy of the situation? What is the energy of the situation in these two individuals? It's going to end badly for one with the brass dwarf on the bottom. Someone else will come out unscathed. Okay, so the whole situation, these two shadows came out for the whole situation. Depression and self-loathing, unhealthy communication habits. So these two do not have healthy lines of communication. Even if they communicate a lot, it might not be in a very productive way. It might not be in a kind way. It could be a constant shouting match. It could be a constant belittlement, right? Depression, self-loathing, they are with each other for shadow reasons. They're both sad inside and hate themselves, and that is why they are in each other's mirror. And when I say hate themselves, it could be for a lot of reasons, and it doesn't necessarily have to be physical appearance. They could hate themselves because they're not capable of earning their own money. They could hate themselves because they push good people away and feel the need to punish themselves and deal with inferior, less than, cringe type people, right? They could hate themselves because they're not more courageous in the decisions they make in their life. They could hate themselves for letting people walk all over them, right? They could hate themselves for a lot of reasons. But the self-loathing and the depression is real. And that's where these two are connecting, and they both have unhealthy communication habits. I'm getting this vibe of, hey, Sandy. Hey, Raphael. I'm getting this vibe of, it's not just blame. It's deeper than that. There is a serious lack of self-accountability, and I think that they both have things hidden from each other, whether it is feelings or motives, that are making the communications between these two unhealthy. I think it has to do with things that are hidden. There's also, I'm looking at the top and bottom of the deck, some serious abandonment wounds, self-sabotaging behaviors that stem from an inability to be loyal to the highest self and highest partners. There's a lack of assertiveness, right? That is the goal, to get more assertive and become more loyal. The bottom of the deck is relationship oriented, and jaded is on the bottom. You might have two people in a serious relationship of convenience because they've both been through some crazy shit, but neither of them are truly relationship oriented. They might be with each other because there is some kind of something to be gained, right? There's some gain for it. They're not in it for each other. They're in it with each other for themselves. What is the energy of the Queen Mother and the Liar? Insight into that individual, please. Where is their energy alignment? Where is their energetic alignment? The Queen Mother and the Liar. Show me, please, Spirit. What is in our highest good to understand about this person? Maternal wounds. Definitely got mother energy out there, right? Queen mother, we've got maternal wounding out there. This person is not affectionate at all. That is the reverse side of the card. They are not affectionate. It doesn't mean they're not sexual, but it means they are not affectionate. They do not like closeness. They don't like to hold hands. They're not the kind of curl up with you on the couch. They're not the kind of person to give hugs or little kisses. They probably, if they have children, don't even hug or are warm towards their children, right? This is a very cold person. Affection's not their strong suit. Give us some insight into the idiot unicorn person. I'm not calling them an idiot on purpose, guys. It is literally the name of the card for those of you who are just tuning in, okay? What is the energy of this unicorn, this idiot unicorn person? Terrible judge of character. Ooh. Terrible judge of character. Clairsentient is the opposite side. Clairsentient is it's a clear knowing and sensing. They have to tap into that ability. This person, whoever person number 2 is, did not read person number 1 correctly at all. At all. They probably saw all kinds of potential or had all kinds of hope or had all kinds of physical attraction to them, and it overrode their senses. It overrode their better judgment. But they do not see this person clearly at all. Is there anything else I need to know about either of these 3 energies? The situation, person number 1, or person number 2? Threatening. An addict. Hides and keeps secrets. Yeah, so listen. 3 more shadows popped out, okay? 3 more shadows. There's all light attributes on the opposite side, okay? We're just getting shadows with these 2. And it's lawful evil, right? The Tangled Briar is a lawful evil shadow contract. We've got all shadows coming out. There could be addictions involved. There could have been threats made, whether they are literally vocalizing threats or it is the insinuation of threats or the fear of threats, right? That someone has power over another. There is definitely this energy of hiding and keeping secrets and shame involved within these individuals. Addictions. It could be any kind of addiction, from shopping to sex to drugs and alcohol to video games to all kinds of, you could even be addicted to the news. You know what I mean? So it's an excess of something that distracts from the quality of life you want to live, is essentially what an addiction is. Something that distracts you from the quality of life you want to live. These people are dealing with that. All right. Fireplace on top. Let's see what's going on in my hand-drawn deck. With the situation and both individuals. Give me a clarifying energy. Tangled Briar. What does the situation look like? What does the situation these 2 are in look like? What is the environment? The emotional environment, the physical environment, the mental environment. These cards flipped upside down. We've got the Sun, the Match, and the Crown. But the Sun in this particular card is eclipsed. There's 2 in this deck. Oh. So eclipsing of energy, a match in the darkness, and or a match put to the crown. There may be a humbling going on here with someone who maybe thought they had everything under control. And who they are, the most beautiful parts of them, or the most authentic parts of them, I'll put it that way, the most authentic parts of them are being eclipsed out. But the match is hopeful. Just like the brass dwarf is on the bottom of the deck, the match is hopeful. It's a light in the darkness where there once was none. Given the light is fleeting, and if you don't make good use of the match, it will just simply burn out, right? The only way to keep that light going is to find something to light, right? Give me some more insight, clarity on the Queen Mother / Liar cards energy. Person number 1. Ooh, you are stuck here. Oh, with the demon under that is on top. Ooh. We've got the dream. For real. We got the getaway and the circus. We've also got the comet. I know there's a Halloween comet going on right now. It's disintegrating. We've also got the key. It's Chiron energy. And the starting line. Whoever person number 1 is, they're dreaming of getting away from person number 2. They're dreaming about it, fantasizing about it at the very least. They might have a Chiron connection to someone that they are fantasizing getting away with, because they feel stuck with their shadows, right? Stuck with their demons in this contract, whatever it is. The broken mind is on bottom. There's 2 of them in this deck. This one has the angel right in front of them, but registers them as the demon. They feel like they are stuck with person number 2. They feel stuck there. They feel like they're sacrificing themselves, right? The cross is under that. They feel like they're sacrificing themselves for person number 2. Mind you, person number 2 is a unicorn, okay? But this person has wounds. They're probably addicted to pain cycles, and person number 2 is giving them reason to be healed or feel blessed or feel happy, and that's not what they're familiar with, and they haven't healed out of it yet. So they're kind of looking for chaos subconsciously. Okay, let's get some insight into person number 2, please. Clarify the idiot / the unicorn cards. What other archetypal energies do we have for person number 2? There's the other broken mind card. They have a demon right in front of them, but they're registering them as an angel. What the fuck? So person number 1 has an angel in front of them, but is registering them, their angel, as a demon. And person number 1 is literally a demon right in front of person number 2, but they're registering them like an angel. Right? They're registering them like an angel. And they're probably under this person's spell. They're probably under this person's spell. Whether it is a literal spell or a sexual connection, right? It's sex magic. We know that there's some crazy attraction, sex attraction between the 2. The one was all kinds of sexual energy. And here's the other sun card. They also got the open door and the sun. I think that person number 2 gives person number 1 the room to shine, even if it is at the cost of their own light, right? Because person number 1, the situation, someone was being eclipsed out. I think person number 2 is being eclipsed out in an attempt to let person number 1 shine, to let person number 1 be the most important star in the sky. And I don't think they're keeping person number 1 trapped intentionally. I think the door is open. If person number 1 truly wanted to leave them, they would let them. At least that is what they are telling themselves. We've got sonar on the bottom. So this person has deep repressed wounds down in the depths. They wear masks. People, they might not know who they are. They wear masks. There's pain under there. And we've got the mushroom on bottom. So there is some kind of delusion or false sight with this person. They definitely aren't seeing things clearly. They may be shrinking themselves and their energy smaller than they really are, setting their bar really low with person number one. And or they may be seeing person number one much bigger than they actually are, right? They're making this person such a big facet of their life, such an important person, and making them super special, and really they're not as big as they're being made out to be. So there's some kind of delusion with person number two in regards to person number one. All right, let's get into the specifics here. Let me timestamp that. Let's get into the specifics. I'm going to start with the Prism edition from Spencer's Tarot on the overall situation, and then we're going to get into the specifics of each of these people. What is going on here? I don't know why I'm being drawn to boba. Whatever country or region it originated from may be significant for someone. Insight, please. Specifics in the situation. We've got the Hermit, which is the Yeti. Virgo energy out again. So definitely Virgo being aspected in your chart, regardless of how dominant it is. We've also got the Ten of Cups, the Leviathan. Okay. Give me one more and then some clarities, please. King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Satyr. There's greed involved with the Leprechaun. This sense of it is mine, right? It is mine. Covetous energy. Also got the Page of Pentacles, Baron Smati or Smati. I looked it up online yesterday. I told you I would. But I looked up this character. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So double nines, double pages. Bottom of the deck is that Seven of Swords. We had the Seven of Spades come out in the charms. It's the Cannibal. That's that ecliptic energy. One person being eclipsed out. And the Eight of Pentacles. We've got zombie there. Zombie bride. And the masculine is beheaded by the feminine energy. So masculine and feminine, regardless, whoever the masculine energy is, again, the masculine energy is the person in the dynamic who creates, chooses, and make efforts towards creating a positive, stable, happy, healthy, whole, happily ever after type environment. Okay. They're the one who chooses in alignment with stability. They are the one that chooses an alignment with harmony. They're probably the unicorn idiot. Okay. And the feminine energy, regardless of gender, is the one receiving the positive experience, but they're not reciprocating it. Okay. This person is in some serious shadows. All right. I feel like whoever person number one is, they're going through a lot of effort to mentally destroy person number two. anything that made person number 2 who they are, anything that made them authentic, anything that was special about them, this person is getting rid of it. They want a puppet. They don't want an authentic person. They want a puppet. They want a wallet. They want whatever they want. The Hermit with the Page of Cups. This is a loner mentality and definitely has that sexual energy with the Page of Cups. The Satyr, it's Pan energy. I feel like someone also, because the Page of Cups is typically an apology, I think someone may also want to apologize because they feel very alone and in a very cold environment. I'll pull more on that. Let me pull more on that. Let's pull the Patch Tarot. Give me a clarity just for those 2 cards. Is it an apology to person number 1 from person number 2? No. The Ten of Swords is a no card. Is it an apology from person number, did I say person number 2 to person number 1? It's definitely not person number 1 to person number 2. That is not the apology. Is it person number 2 to person number 1? Yes, because they thought they knew how this person wanted to be loved. This is not how that person wants to be loved. They thought they understood. Person number 2 thought they understood how person number 1 wanted to be loved and what they would do in that loving way to get person number 1's reciprocity, to get their appreciation, right? Thanks, don't drink the Kool-Aid. This is someone who thought they could, it's the King of Swords with the Empress, right? And the keywords are analytical and nurture. This person thought they had person number 2 pegged. They thought they analyzed it thoroughly. They thought person number 1 was an easy read. The Ten of Swords, keyword is torment, okay? Torment. They're torturing themselves. They really did think, person number 2 really did think they had person number 1 all figured out. And that whatever they were doing for person number 1, that they would be happy and they would be pleasant and they would be grateful and they would be reciprocal and they would be a great codependent team, right? And that was not what happened. The Ten of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, Baron 𝗦𝘂𝗍𝐿. He's actually a Haitian deity of death. And he's known for drinking and smoking cigars and all kinds of meandering and bringing people through from one world into the next. He is the adversary to necromancers, people who try and dredge up the past and things like that. I think that this Ten of Cups, because we were talking earlier in the read about this being like a past life thing where someone felt kind of smited in the past. There was some kind of foul ending in the past and they came back in this life to make good on it. But I don't think that's working out. I don't think that's working out too well. I think that if there was some kind of debt to be paid, that it's reaching that point of payments being complete. Like you can only pay your car payment for so long before it's paid off. I think it's kind of like that. Whatever this contract was or whatever the debt was, it is reaching a time where the contract is getting paid off and the debt is no longer owed, which means the healing needs to take place. We have the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. That is the Leprechaun and Frankenstein. The time for this person to be the money and the doctor, right? Because Frankenstein is not the monster. Frankenstein's the doctor. I think this person tried fixing things or healing things or bringing things back to life with money and stability, and it's not working. What they have or what they have created is a monster, right? Giving all kinds of stability, giving all kinds of financial support, giving all kinds of whatever to person number one, right? If person number two is giving it to person number one, they created a monster. They threw all of this money at it to try and make them happy, to try and fix them, to try and give them stability, and it has backfired. They created a monster in person number one. All right. Let's get the manga tarot, traditional manga tarot. We're going to pull that in regards to person number one and see what is going on inside their personal energy, whatever is in our highest good to know about them moving forward. Where are they at, especially if there are things hidden and secrets kept? Spirit, please bring it to the light. Insight into person number one and where they are at with the situation, and in regards to person number two, what is going on? What do we need to know in our highest good about person number one? We've got the Six of Cups. What else, please? Definitely a past life person. We've got the Five of Swords and the Lovers. Strong Gemini energy. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. Definitely a lot of air. This person's air heavy. Temperance in reverse. They could have a detrimental Sagittarian placement. We've also got the Tower reverse. It's Mars's energy. Could also be Scorpio or Aries. We've got the Star, Aquarian energy. Give me one more. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Double fours, double sixes, double fives. Double sevens. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. They're definitely keeping things hidden. I know air heavy is kind of, what is it, an oxymoron, because air is not heavy at all, but details. And the Hanged Man. So double Piscean energy. Pisces could be playing a huge role in their chart, what's going on in the current cosmos, especially if they do have strong Gemini in their chart. Ten of Swords, I know, is also Jupiter in Gemini. Okay. So this person, what they're hiding, the Six of Cups clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Tower and the reverse. I feel like they believe, whether it is true or not is irrelevant. It's what they believe. Okay. They believe that person number two could hurt them, right? They're looking at person number two like the demon, even if they're an angel. They're looking at them like a demon. They're looking at person number two as if they're going to hurt them. Past life connection, they're trying to dodge the bullet with the Tower in the reverse. What's hidden is, I think that person number one is going to try and hurt person number two or leave person number two before person number two could hurt them or leave them. The Five of Swords with the Four of Swords and the Star card. This person may truly be very argumentative And when they dream, there's certain healing that's taking place for them in dream state. But when they go quiet and they stop arguing, because if they have a lot of air in their chart, they're probably very communicative, very vocal, right? They have a lot to say. So when this person goes quiet, their healing is taking place. I feel as if this person may create more damage to person number 2 the more they speak. The more they say, like, they're not a pleasant person. They did get the dream card too. You know, with the 4 of Swords here, the person is literally sleeping and dreaming. And they got the dream card. The Moon and the Hanged Man, Piscean energy, there's definitely a lot of things going on in their dreamscapes. Certain individuals they're communicating with, especially if they are past life people or passed away people, that they're connecting with in dream state, that are trying to help them in their own healing process. Because whatever healing medicine person number 2 brought to the table, it is not the healing medicine that they need. Person number 2 thought they could heal person number 1 a very specific way, and it backfired. They created a monster. The Lovers with Temperance reversed and the 4 of Pentacles. Someone is insistent on not alchemizing. They're insistent on keeping their lead and not turning it into gold. They're insistent on holding on to those wounds. They do not want to see person number 2 as the answer. They don't want to see person number 2 as the angel. They don't want to see them as the healing unicorn. They don't. They are not ready to be that. They are not ready to see it. There's Chiron wounds that they're healing. They have abandonment wounds. They have maternal wounds. And the way person number 2 thought that they could fix it, they can't. They can't. All right. Give me another clarifying card for person number 1 before I move on to person number 2. I think the biggest challenge for them is being afraid of change, especially if they are benefiting from person number 2. But if they find the value of the experience, they will end up leaving a shitstorm behind them in regards to person number 2, but they will heal. They will heal when they leave person number 2. They might have to go on their own path for a while. Yeah, they're worried about happiness. They're worried about happiness and struggle. They're worried about being met with resistance. They're conflicted. What are other people going to say? Are other people even going to help them if they need it? Like, this is the worry. They want the 10 of Cups. They do. But they don't want it with person number 2. They're sleeping with one eye open. They're sleeping with one eye open. They do not trust person number 2. And it's probably because person number 2 hurt them in a past life, and they literally came into this life, person number 1, to hurt person number 2 back. That's why they don't trust person number 2. person number two hurt them in lifetimes before. They don't trust them now. They won't. They look at this person's energy as someone who is going to hurt them, right? They're a demon. They're a demon, even if they came through with an angelic energy this life. They're afraid of struggle. Let's get some specifics into person number two. What is going on with them? This person does not, like, we've got, just to refresh, we've got the Idiot and the Unicorn cards, right? We got those two cards out here. They came out with Terrible Judge of Character and the Broken Mind card to double down on it. They're under person number one's spell and have given person number two the room to shine and leave if they want. They would not hold person number one captive intentionally. Okay. They may have created that situation based off of their own insecurities or their own wounds because they were deeply wounded underneath, right? And they might be trying to hide that or deny that they have wounds deep underneath there, trying to pretend like it's not real. And that this person number one is like healing for them, brings out the best in them. But they're deeply wounded. That's where these two are connecting, right? Lawful evil, the tangled briar. It's a shadow contract. Insight into person number two, please. What is going on with them? What is in our highest good to see and understand at this time in regards to them and the situation? And in regards to person number one, what is going on with person number two? What is going on with person number two? The sun came out in the reversed. I'm telling you, we had that eclipse sun out. They had the sun come out for them. They are the ones being eclipsed out. They're leaving room for person number two to shine, but they themselves are being eclipsed out. The cards are being super specific. Person number two has been eclipsed out. We've also got the Five of Wands. They too are internally conflicted, at war within the self. It's showing in their dynamicship with person number one. We got the Strength card. They could have a strong Leo placement. It could be a Leo placement that connects them. We got the Eight of Pentacles. It's out twice now in the spread. It came out in the reverse. We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. This person is not asleep. Person number one had it in the upright. They've got it in the reverse. We've also got the Page of Cups. Give me three more. Take it a layer deeper for us, please, Spirit. The Wise One, Hierophant, Chiron energy. They may be connected to person number one through a Chiron placement. We've got the Six of Pentacles. They're the one doing all of the giving. This is the monetary giver, okay? Person number two. And the Wheel of Fortune. With the Hermit. They thought they could change fate. They thought they could change fate. They thought they could heal. The Star is on the bottom. And the Ace of Wands is on top. It is definitely some kind of sexual connection or sex magic that is healing. Person number two, not the sexual connection itself, but the fact that they had a sexual connection or deep lusty desire or attracted energy towards person number one. That attraction is what brought them into the healing phase that they are in now. This person is putting so much time and effort into trying to heal person number one that they are not putting any effort into seeing themselves or healing themselves. The Five of Wands with the Four of Swords reversed and the Six of Pentacles, they are conflicted about how much they are giving person number one, and they're giving anyway. Super generous, right? The Strength card, Leo energy with the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune with the Hermit card. They're the only ones putting in. They're the only ones showing compassion. They're the only ones sorry. Maybe person number two is genuinely sorry for the way that they hurt person number one in the past, right? Past lives, past time in this life, whatever. Maybe person number two is genuinely sorry, but they're the only one sorry for causing any pain. Person number one is not. Person number one is not. Person number two's light is dimming out. They've lost a part of themselves. I'm hearing a crucial part of themselves. They are giving way too much to their own detriment. And I feel like they are not unaware of the fact that they are losing in general. Doubling down or tripling down or quadrupling down, investing time, love, energy, whatever in this individual. It's just creating the debt being paid off faster. There is no turnaround for these two. This is a shadow contract where future, right, relationship orientated, right? These two are not relationship oriented. They're out for themselves. I think that person number two, whether they realize it or not, knows they need to pay the debt, and so they are. And person number one wanted that debt paid and doesn't care to stay with person number two once it's paid. And I think the more that person number two gives, the faster that payoff is going to hit, and it's going to create some type of split. Because like I said, person number one with the getaway card, they want to get the hell out. And person number two is saying, if you want to leave, then go. If you want to leave, then go. Go shine. Maybe person number two on some deep level knows that person number one cannot heal with them. Right? Person number two knows on some deep level that person number one cannot heal with them. And person number two may be learning that they had to go through this attraction. They had to go through this kind of martyrdom with person number one in order to heal their own shadows. This is the duality deck I made. Give me one for person number one. And give me one for person number two. And then we're going to get into some guidance. It's just drawing away. We'll see what's important. Spirit, why would you guide me to this deck for person number one? You can't withhold information, facts that need to be considered or made known. They're trying to dodge the tower, right? This is the feminine energy here. They're withholding information and facts, and they can't. At some point, it's going to be made known. If they've got secrets at some point, it's going to come out. It can't stay hidden forever. Insight card for the person number 2. Feeling like the past is finally behind you. Trust and a leap of faith. There's always a method to the madness. And distracted by a fear of setbacks when every step we take is forward. They are in self-stunted progress. These are the 3 cards that came out for them. They really do love person number 1 and want them to heal. They have to let them go. They're afraid to do that. They got to leave the past, quite literally, this life, past life behind them. Let that debt be paid and move forward. And there is no such thing as setback. The idea of a setback is an illusion, right? Every step we take is forward, whether we realize it or not. It's self-stunted progress. We don't take losses. We learn lessons. That is the reason for every experience we have. There is no such thing as losing when there is always something to be gained, right? Let's get some guidance, please. What decks? No. Okay. We're going to do the Dragon Oracle and my Spiritual as Fuck deck. All right, so Spirit, please. Yeah, energy doesn't lie nor deceive. Touche. Mel, touche. Energy doesn't lie nor deceive. Let's see. I should probably put a timestamp in here. Okay. What is the guidance, please? Oh. Got one. I feel like there's more. Maybe the guidance was going to hit you right in the face. Who knows? All right. Feels good. We got 3 out. We've got Air and Water Dragon. Helps you connect to higher frequencies. It says, trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, and express your inner song. Could be for anybody in this reading. I feel like it is particularly geared towards person number 2, but it most definitely applies to person number 1 in their own way. We've also got Magenta Dragon, enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. It awakens your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. And lastly, Lilac Fire Dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. I feel like the guidance Spirit is giving you, where it was talking about connecting to higher frequencies, enabling yourself forward through soul wisdom, awakening understanding, awakening soul memories, preparing for ascension, transcending, right? Love and enlightenment, purity of heart brings peace. I think whatever the shadow contract is, or the wounds that afflict these two, are healing in divine time. That time is now or very soon. Like, very soon. Spirit is telling me for whoever this reading is for, it's going to be a matter of days, not months. Maybe weeks, but not months. So it'll be within this month where this really starts to take off. This transmutation, this higher connection, the accelerated ascension. I think that's why Spirit had me go live. Because someone needed the heads up. Like, if they're afraid of forward movement, Spirit's like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, Spirit understands you're afraid. But the forward movement has to happen, and it's happening. It's happening really, really, really soon. So Spirit is giving you the best heads up that it can, that things are changing, right? Nice, Mel. I love that. What is the guidance, please? Drink water and mind your own fucking business. Enough said. Deal with your own personal stuff. Drink water is about flushing out the self. Mind your own business. Your business is your spiritual business between you and your higher self. Pay attention to you and your own healing. Person number one is not your job to heal. They're not. They are not your business. Their healing is not your business. How they heal is not your business. When they heal is not your business. Who they heal with is not your business. And in what way is not your business. Like, you've got to be able to let person number one truly go with that open door. Truly let him go. And you definitely might need to drink more water. Definitely might need to drink more water. Start flushing out your system. Hydration. What else, Spirit? What other guidance do they need? Person 1 or 2. Or anybody watching in Divine Time and enjoying this session with us. Exhale that bullshit. Breathe in the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. It says, today, practice the ancient meditation technique of inhaling the good shit and exhaling the bullshit. Think of good shit like puppies and pandas and pineapple. Or think of things that don't start with the letter P. Breathe that in like it's sparkles. Exhale bullshit stuff like anxiety, self-doubt, and resentment. Let it leave your body like dust being cleared out. It works. At the very least, you'll have an idea about what stuff you like and what stuff to dump on your therapist. True facts. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we make things, people, experiences, places super, super important. And in hindsight, we realize how arrogant we must have been. How arrogant we must have been to think them so small. And that we were the only ones capable of healing them when it was never within our capability to begin with. Pete came out in the charms. All right. One more guidance card, please, Spirit. I feel it. What is in the highest good of everybody? Sometimes everything is going wrong for the right reasons, and you are not your situation flipped up on the bottom of the deck. You are not your situation. Sometimes everything is going wrong for the right reasons. One of the keys to becoming spiritual as fuck is to define who you are by something deeper inside yourself and further outside yourself than the world can touch. You are someone, even if you're not your financial situation, your job, your relationships, or even your body. Find out who that person is and you'll be unfuckwithable. Hint, you'll probably have to do some soul searching. You are not the labels. You're not the labels. You are not what you provide or what you don't provide. You are not your addictions. You're not your wounds. You're not the fuck up of the family. You're not the addict. You're not the sociopath, like you're not the labels. There's something much more beautiful to you beyond all of that stuff. And it's a matter of connecting to those things, connecting to the stuff beyond this life and these labels, right? It says, you've been wanting life to get better, right? We often forget that in order for things to change, the status quo needs to get shaken up, and the stuff that no longer serves us needs to leave to make room for the good shit. We all love the phoenix rising from the ashes, but we forget the part where her nest is a bonfire and she's on fire and shit is scary as fuck. Thank you, Dr. TM, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Remember, you want to be a phoenix, you got to learn to love the fire. You got to learn to love the fire. You cannot be reborn stronger than you've ever been if you don't let the old self die. Love the purge. The fire, that's what it is. If you want life to get better, things got to change. Things can't stay the same. And that's the most beautiful part of life. Like when you're done healing through and moving through and releasing all of the stuff that's been suppressed and buried in there, right, for lifetimes or just straight up from this one. Like we deal with some horrible stuff in life. People that love us do us dirty, like everyone from family to friends and lovers, like people that we gave our hearts to, even our children, like we get hurt along the way. And I think that in order to truly find better experiences, that we need to be able to embrace the fact that things just need to change sometimes. And sometimes that's ourself. Sometimes that's ourself. Sometimes we have to change. Sometimes the self-sacrificing, martyr, healing, providing high masculine energy that's wounded and attracting a dark feminine energy, a dark receiver that doesn't reciprocate. Sometimes the martyr needs to stop martyring. Sometimes the martyr needs to stop martyring. They need to stop giving of themselves to the point of complete depletion, to where they don't even recognize themselves anymore. They have to change. Come back stronger, get into that vibe of thriving and making a better life. At some point, the addict has to see and decide that the addiction is truly distracting them from the life they really want to live. Their quality of living is suffering because of their addictions. Whether it's their quality of finances, their quality of stability, their quality of partnerships, their quality of friends, their addiction is distracting them from the quality of life they truly want to have. The addict has to choose to change. It's no different with the person who has angels right in front of them and is registering them as a demon, as someone who is out to hurt them. And they push away good people and mistreat good people. At some point, they have to change. They have to. Because there is no happiness in misery. The vibes don't link up. There is no happiness in misery. And if life keeps throwing you lemons, you got to learn how to make lemonade. You got to learn how to use that lemon and turn it into a goddamn cleaning product and clean your life up. Let it be your medicine. Lemons are packed with vitamin C. The universe didn't throw you lemons to be sour. It threw you lemons because you needed sour medicine. Perspective shifts. That's the first step. If you're going to change your actions, if you're going to change your choices, then you have to change your perceptions and your beliefs. Your beliefs might need a little tweaking. You might need to throw some of those beliefs out altogether. Like if you believe that you're a piece of shit, you might need to throw that belief out. Well, perception. I'm only because I choose shitty things. So I'm not going to be a piece of shit anymore. I'm going to choose better things. I'm not going to choose the same shit that makes me shitty. Wow, I'm not a piece of shit anymore. I was just choosing shitty things, right? I am not the situation, right? You are not. You might not be a shitty person, but you might make shitty choices. The minute you stop making shitty choices, you are not a shitty person. You were someone who chose shitty things. But if you're not doing it anymore, then no one can say you are these things. They have to say you were now. You will not be tomorrow if you choose better tomorrow. Who are you today? Who are you today when you finally let the past slip behind you? Don't be distracted. Take leaps of faith. There is a method to the madness. The divine, there is a method to the madness. It is okay to move forward. There is no such thing as failing, only learning. So don't think you're a failure ever. You're allowed to learn however you are divinely meant to learn. And so is everybody else. No failing. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. You're allowed to do that. So with that, whoever needs this message, I appreciate all of y'all for being here. You're amazing. Thank you to everybody who has showed up and dropped likes. You all are great. I appreciate it. And I will see you all again next time. Yes, we are worthy. Yes, we are worthy. Focus on mantras, beautiful words of affirmation. For real. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you're worth it. Just look in the mirror at yourself and say, you know what? You're worth it. I love you. I might have not loved you yesterday, but I'm going to love you right now. And that's what matters. That's what you take forward. Okay? Have a great day, night, morning, wherever you are, everyone. I'll see you next time.